Have you ever seen one of those tutorials where they just draw a bunch of random shapes and it becomes a completed drawing? Well, in this tutorial, you'll be learning how to draw a face and a body step by step. To draw the head, you draw a circle and a cross that goes in the middle of the head. Then you connect the middle of the cross to the bottom, and there you have it. We have a head. The second step is to draw an eye. Now there are many different kinds of eyes, so I'm going to draw 3 types. One is a medium-sized, one is a circle, and one is a very slim eye. So I draw these pointy things at the ends, and then I kind of make it darker, so when you're doing it, just pretend you're drawing actual eyeliner. The eyeball is just a circle that is kind of going out of the eye, and the pupil is just a smaller black circle in it. You gotta also add some highlights, which is just a white circle, and color the rest in lightly. The second eye is more round and playful, in my opinion. So you do the same thing, except you kind of follow the guideline of the circle. Let me know if you'd like any other tutorials, such as drawing feet or hair, and let's get back to the drawing. For the final eye, the eye was a little bit blockier and thinner, and I also made it so that the eyeball is only half showing, so it kind of looks like she's squinting. The nose is just a triangle shape, but since there are many types of different noses, some can be round or longer. The nostrils are just little S shapes, and just give it some shadow to add more depth. For the lips, I just draw these little curvy lines, and I draw these tinier lines at the top and the bottom, then color the rest in, and to add more shadow, color the middle of the lips darker than the rest. Here are a couple different examples. If you think I'm going too fast, just stop the video and just try to copy it. Just so you know, whenever you're drawing, it always helps to use references. Don't think of it as copying, but think of it as learning. For the placement of the facial features, I drew these 3 lines that were spaced evenly. Then I marked out where the face features would go. So the first line is for the eyes, the second line is for the nose, and the third line is for the mouth. Remember to keep them centered, and also try your best to keep the eyes looking in the exact same direction. If it doesn't, your drawing will look really wonky. Another tip is to study a lot of other artists' styles, and also if you have Pinterest, go there because that's where I get a lot of my references, and it's such a great app. To show you how to shade the character, I'm going to be first drawing the eye and the proportions, and then I'll show you how to do the shading for the eye and the nose and the face in general to make have a little bit more contrast to the white paper. So after I draw this nose, as you can see, I'm just drawing the normal nose. I shade in the bottom a little darker, and I leave a little white circle at the top, and I shade a little more at the top. Then I shade the bottom of the nose even darker than the other part. Now you can smudge it on with your finger, and you can also go in with gel pen for extra highlights to make it look even glossier. And ta-da, we're done! It's time to draw the body. So for the head, of course, I start with a circle and a cross, and draw a little bit of the face. Now we draw the line of action. This is the line where it centers. We're drawing the collarbone now, which is just like these little lines. Then we draw this squiggly S kind of looking shape for her torso. Draw this ovally shape for the stomach, and this diamond shape for her waist. For the legs, we draw smaller lines of action and little circles to show where the knee is gonna go, then kind of outline around it, like a very big thick outline, like when you write bubble letters. And at the bottom, you're gonna sketch out the feet. To draw the feet, you're going to draw these little triangular shapes connected by more triangular shapes to into the leg. For the arms, we just do the exact same thing with the legs, but just skinnier and smaller. By the way, the types of bodies and faces I'm drawing is not the only types of faces there are in the world, so make sure to practice drawing all types, and remember that all types are beautiful. Our body is complete. Now we'll move on to the hands. So I usually start off with a circle, and I make this rectangular shape with a little dent in it. For the fingers, you just think of little tiny cylinders. To mark the placement of the fingertips, we're going to draw this little roof shaped thing and draw little pointed fingers at the end. For this hand, we're going to be drawing these lines that show where it is. It's a little complicated, but I use my own hand as references, or you could go on Pinterest. Here is step 1, and here is the final step. As you can see, we have drawn a lot of different parts, and just keep practicing because practice is key. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope it helped, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!